What?
It's a picture of the pig. Flying pig. That's a good picture. That's good enough.
Well,
Right?
oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, like no one's watching us.
Yeah, no one's watching. So we're going to read Artemis for the aliens that are going to look on the cloud for our reading. Oh. Are you ready?
The pig is turning different ways.
When pigs fly. Is the next time somebody will be watching this. Artemis. It's the winter. I have a scratchy throat. So Greek, the tradition is Greek and Roman. The home deep in the wilderness. The wilderness. Also known as Diana. Roman. Selene, a moon goddess whom she replaced. Artemis' mother, Leto, had little trouble delivering her, but when Leto, what should I do, Leto or Leto?
I don't know.
Leto gave birth to Artemis's twin brother, Apollo. It took her 9 days. Artemis did her best to help, but her mother's agony made a big impression on the young goddess. So 9 days. How long does it take a mom to have a baby?
I don't know.
9 months.
Oh.
So 9 days. Was she an insect or something? What's going on? 9 days. That's cool. All right, I'll take that.
9 days.
That's fast. Right?
That's
9 days is tough.
Isn't that like one more day more than a week?
7 days in a week.
Yeah, 8, 9.
Nine's,
Oh, that's...
Nine's a funny number. Yeah. So she declared that she would never give birth and dedicated her life to helping women, especially girls, right? Women, especially girls, virgins, and pregnant women. So that was Artemis. So Artemis dedicated her life to helping women and decided not to ever have children. So Artemis is incredibly nurturing to those she cares for, but don't mistake that for weakness. Don't take her kindness for weakness. That kind of saying, I like that saying. She's a strong, tough, unforgiving goddess, and few who cross her live to regret it. That goes for her worshippers too. There are accounts of survivors of shipwrecks making it ashore only to be sacrificed in her honor. Artemis is also a goddess of the wilds, the hunt, and the moon, and is a famously good shot with her bow and arrows. You're a pretty good shot with your bow and arrows.
Wait.
You're a good shot.
Wait, one time I was like shooting cans.
Yeah.
I think was that my rifle?
You were shooting cans at the farm with your rifle.
But wasn't I shooting cans in the back with my bow?
Not this backyard. Maybe.
I thought I was shooting cans with something.
Yeah. Artemis is okay. Yeah. Her bow and arrow. For the most part, she avoids male company and society in general. So she doesn't like going out. She doesn't like company at all. She doesn't like going out at all.
You don't like what?
Going out to see other people and stuff.
Oh, why? That's fun.
It is fun for you guys. For some people, it's tough to go out in front of people and be around people. It's very tough. Some people are super, super shy. And for those shy people, you want to tell them to come out and join you. She avoids conversations. Instead, she wanders the wilderness with her bow, her hunting dogs, and a group of loyal nymphs. All right, so she has a nymph, a group. The sad tale of Big Bear. Artemis protects virgins, but she isn't so kind to women who break their vows of chastity. Just ask Callisto, one of her nymph attendants who had the misfortune of attracting Zeus. When Artemis discovered that Callisto was pregnant with Zeus's child, she burned with anger, and Zeus's excuses only outraged her more. She transformed Callisto into a bear and drew her bow to hunt her. But Zeus rescued bear Callisto and her baby from Artemis's arrows, flinging them up into the sky. They are still up there as two constellations, Ursa Major and Ursa Minor, the big bear and the little bear. When you look up in the sky, you have those constellations, all those different stars and the shapes. We should look at stars this
I have a star book for Christmas. I got it.
Oh, cool. Good.
Like a book that tells you about what shape stars
Stars,
are.
yeah.
And
Did you get a, yeah? All right. Maybe we need to get a, yeah.
My mom thought it was funny that she gave you the same book.
Oh, you told her?
Yeah.
Gee,
Hey
thanks.
Mom, why do you need fluoride for
Yeah, no.
after you brush
A
your
wash.
teeth? After you brush your teeth?
So look at no boys allowed.
Not really
Actaeon
allowed.
was a great hunter and for a time a companion of Artemis. One day he stole a glimpse of Artemis bathing in her sacred spring. Unfortunately for him, Artemis noticed. Her revenge was swift and permanent. She turned Actaeon into a stag and watched as he was torn apart by his own hunting dogs. Wow. She's not joking.
What's a stag?
I think it's just a big horse or something. But I don't know, a stag. That would be a stud, a male horse or something, a stag. And he was torn apart by his own hunting dogs. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So there's a little off section, a little sidebar here. How we know what we know about Greek mythology. Greek myths are some of the best known legends in the world. Thanks almost entirely to the ancient Greeks who wrote them all down. We have tons of sources from throughout their history, and even more from the Romans who worship many of the same gods, just with different names. They don't tell the whole story, but here are just a few of the most important sources on Greek mythology. Hesiod's Progony. Hesiod was a Greek poet from before 700 BCE. So BC is before Christ. So 700 years before Jesus. Right? His most
What
famous...
does E stand for then? Before Christ. E.
I don't know. That's a great question. We could look it up after. But I'm sure somebody would know. If anybody was watching, they'd probably be able to tell us. Hey, for everyone that's not there, what does E mean for after the BC?
Oh my god, we have no thumbs up, we have no what?
Yeah, nobody watches.
No one watches
all
us
good.
at all.
We're just putting it out there, baby.
You see Venom and X-Men and Amazing Spider-Man and all that stuff.
Yeah, X-Men.
Venom was a good movie.
It's good special effects.
I like that.
Yeah.
And I like how he changes into Venom.
Yeah. Good special effects. I appreciate. Fast. I don't like jump cuts. I just don't appreciate jump
I
cuts
like
in movies.
jump
No, it's not good for your brain.
It doesn't
No, it's not. It's not good for babies developing brains. That's for sure. They've done studies on it, I guess. And it's just too much.
Is your brain still growing?
Oh my God, your brain is, as a boy, your brain's going to be growing till you're like 24.
Oh no.
That's Jax. Hi, Jax.
Take it. Yeah. Yeah. You want to go in there?
Yeah, that's why you're not supposed to do any drugs in your teenage years or anything. You don't want to screw anything up. You know that, right?
Yeah.
All right. Homer's The Iliad and the Odyssey. These two epic poems, which together tell the story of the Trojan War and its aftermath, are also some of the earliest sources on Greek myth. These works are all about gods and heroes and monsters and are great and long reads. The Greek plays, Greek theater, especially in Athens, included tons of tellings and retellings of myths. So all we're doing is retelling mythology.
Oh, yeah.
We're just retelling a story because somebody may not be able to read these, and maybe they can hear it. And they can hear a dad and his son talk about it and listen to it. That's why we're reading it. Because not now, nobody's going to look at it now. Other people will look at it later when we're all dead and gone.
Yeah.
That's how it works out. So Greek theater, especially Athens, include tons of tellings and retellings of myths. Most of these have been lost in the intervening 2,000 or 3,000 years.
Okay, Jack is
But,
under the blanket.
but a few survived, and some are even performed today. Oh, be careful. Now, don't squeeze him or anything.
I'm not squeezing him, Dad.
Let him be, you don't want to scare him, is what I mean. So, Greek histories and geographies. Writers like the Greek historian Herodotus were far more interested in earthly matters than in myths and legends, but many of their works reference myths. Vases, and other archaeological sources. Writing isn't the only place to learn about mythology. Ancient Greek vases, statues, paintings, and monuments show images of various mythological scenes, some of which elaborate on the legends we know, and some which point to ones that we don't.
He shaked his head like really fast, and his ears like slapped against my arm, and it made this weird like popping sound.
Cool.
Aww.
All right, the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The Temple of Artemis at Ephesus in Asia Minor, which is modern-day Turkey, was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. We don't know much about it, given that it was destroyed almost 2,000 years ago. But we do know it was huge and beautiful and covered from floor to ceiling with intricate paintings and sculptures. Okay, so how do you know that? If you don't know, it was destroyed 2,000 years ago. Okay, I don't understand that. Given that it was destroyed was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. We don't know much about it, given that it was destroyed almost 2,000 years ago. But we do know it was huge and beautiful and covered from floor to ceiling with intricate paintings. Do you understand that? Do you understand what they just said? Like they say we don't know what it is, but then we do know that it was covered with intricate paintings and okay.
Okay.
The other 6 wonders of the ancient world, as listed by the Greeks, were the Great Pyramid in Egypt, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the statue of Zeus in Olympia, the mausoleum or tomb of Halicarnassus in Persia, the Colossus of Rhodes, and the Great Lighthouse of Alexandria. The many deaths of Orion. The son of the sea god Poseidon. So there's a sea god Poseidon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Orion was a giant, a skilled hunter, and by all accounts a very, very good-looking guy. After a lifetime of killing, he became one of Artemis's hunting buddies. And that's where stories begin to differ. All of them agree that Orion died, and most agree that Artemis killed him. But there's a lot of variety in the how and why. In some accounts, Orion attacked one of Artemis's nymphs, or even Artemis herself, and Artemis stopped him permanently. One version says that Artemis fell in love with Orion and killed him in a jealous rage when she found out he preferred Aurora, the goddess of dawn. Another says Artemis's brother, Apollo, worried that Artemis might be falling for Orion and tricked her into shooting an arrow at something floating away out at sea, which turned out to be Orion's head.
Oh my God.
Right. And then there's another story where Artemis is hardly involved. Orion was killed by a huge scorpion sent by the earth goddess Gaia. In any case, Orion wound up honored with a famous constellation. So there's another constellation we can look up. And that's it. The next one is Aten. Aten. The
Aten.
solar disk.
I've been eaten.
I've been hating. I've been hating.
Ah.
I've been waiting for Aten. So this tradition is Egyptian though. So and the home is the heavens, and also known as Aton. So this ought to be interesting. So we've moved from the Greeks to the Egyptians.
Is he laying down?
All right. So hit subscribe just because we could use the subscribers.
Yeah.
If you like it, you can press like. You can also press dislike if you don't like it.
It doesn't matter if you don't really.
Yeah, if you don't like it, that's all right. If you want to say something at the bottom in the comments, just say what you want. You know, I mean, you want to try to keep it clean and all that because
you know,
we don't really read it till like the pigs fly, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk to everyone later.
Yeah.
All right. So have a great day.
Yeah.
A night.
Well, yeah. Somebody might watching this at a daytime, but right now it's nighttime.
All right.
It is, I think it is.
Peace.
8:51.
Hey, is it? It's getting late. We gotta get to bed.